So before we start with TypeScript, we need to actually configure the TypeScript config file. So let's create a tsconfig.json, which will actually contain the configuration that is required for TypeScript. So I'm just going to include an src folder. So should start with quotation src, which will actually include all the files that are within the src folder. So let me just compile the TypeScript using the tsa command. So it actually says that this particular path was not found. So let's go ahead and create the src folder. So we have created one, and maybe we'll create a TypeScript file as well. Demo.ts. TS is for TypeScript. So here's our TypeScript file. Let's say that So it just went ahead and compiled the TypeScript, but it didn't run anything in the command line and didn't show you anything. Instead, it actually created a demo.js file. Basically, TypeScript is a transpiler, so which actually transpiles this file and then creates a JavaScript file for us to execute. So now that we have this file ready, we'll also try and configure a few other things that will actually maintain the hygiene of this project. So let's use the compiler options. So let's create the out. So keyword is acting here today. So let's keep the out directory as built. So that way all the JavaScript files that gets created will be created under the build folder. And let's create a target. So by default, the TypeScript target runs on ES3, which is the older version of JavaScript supported by browsers, but the latest version is ES6. And no limit is equal to true, which means that although we need to see the JavaScript files, you can also kind of suppress it so that it doesn't create the JavaScript file, but it will, whenever we need to execute something, it spits out the JavaScript file in the build folder. So now let's go ahead and execute it. You can see that oh, okay, I forgot to delete the file. So let's try executing this again. Yeah, since no limit is equal to true, it didn't create the JavaScript file, and whenever TypeScript is compiled and it produces a library file, it gets stored in the build folder. And because it's ES6, it can run across all browsers. But if you want to kind of keep it consistent and support all the latest version of Java, you can just type EX next. This makes it easier for you to kind of maintain this project, because if there is a new version of JavaScript that comes in, TypeScript automatically runs to the latest version.